Hello everyone, I'm Tamish Biswas from the Indian Institute of Technology, Patna, here to present an abstract on the paper about leveraging multi-premise inference models for the detection of novelty in the documents at a document level. So basically how we define novelty at the document level is based on how much new information a given document has with respect to information or with respect to documents that we have seen in the past. So in this example over here, we have 4 source sentences and 2 target sentences. And if we read these example sentences properly, we will see that the information given in the target sentence 1 is actually derived from information in the first 3 source sentences, and the fourth source sentence is completely irrelevant to the target sentence 1, and hence we know that a multi-premise based model would be best for our use case. So the proposed method that we use for making such a model is that we have a model that consists of 2 parts. The first module is called the relevance module, and the next part is called the novelty detection module. So what the first part does is basically takes all the source sentences and also takes in the target sentence, and it uses a pre-trained ESIM comparator, which is basically an entailment comparator, and it finds the entailment scores between each pair, basically the T1 S1 T1 S2, and basically each pair. That way we know how relevant each source sentence is to the given target sentence, and we later pass that vector to the selection module. This gives us a subset of the source sentences that are most relevant to the given target sentence. And what this module actually does is assimilate the information from a sentence level representation to a complete paragraph or document level representation for the given target T1. And at the end of the model running for T1, we will have a representation for the complete source with respect to T1, and we see what happens with that later. So here we are. We can see that all the target sentences are in a similar way passed through the model, and eventually we have stacked up all of these representations and passed them through this multilayer perceptron, which gives us a single output neuron. Now for the results of the model, in the classification task we have performed comparable if not better than the previous baselines and comparing systems, and for EPWSG we have performed much better than the previous comparing systems and baselines. And in the regression we can see that we have clear clusters formed for each of the different transfer learning datasets that we've used. If we want to do further analysis on why and how this model is actually working, we can look at this attention heat map and how well it aligns corresponding to the same example that we were using at the beginning of this presentation. The datasets that we used to experiment with our model were primarily news datasets for training and testing over classification, and we used several other datasets for transfer learning tasks.